んにちは。眠いロコです。Hey guys, how are you doing? If you've studied Japanese, you probably learned words like 何、誰 or どこ first. And you can probably use them naturally in sentences like 何が好きですか or どこに行きましたか On the other hand, not many learners seem to use 何か、誰か and どこか well. For example, if I ask 今日は何か食べましたか to learners, they are like, what did I eat today? So today, let's study 何か、誰か and どこか which many learners have trouble with. Actually, 何か、誰か and どこか have some pretty complicated rules. I think today's video will include a lot of things you've never heard before. So even if you've learned them before, it's a good chance to review. Alright, let's get started. First up, let's check out 何か and 何も. Both 何か and 何も mean something or anything, but 何か is used in affirmative and question sentences, and 何も is used in negative sentences. This rule also applies to 誰か or 誰も and どこか or どこも. Let's look at some examples. 猫が何か食べています。今朝は何か食べましたか？昨日は何も食べませんでした。There is an important thing here. If you replace 何か with a specific word, for example, changing 猫が何か食べています to 猫がご飯を食べています and it has お in it, then you drop the particle お for 何か so you don't say 猫が何かを食べています but if the particle used there is に or が then you don't drop it. For example, 大事なことに気づいた。何かに気づいた。グラスが落ちた。何かが落ちた。However, in questions, がtends to be dropped. For example, 何か落ちましたか？何かあった？ And in negative sentences, お and が are dropped, but に stays. For example, 今朝は何も食べませんでした。何も落ちなかった。何にも気づかなかった。It's kind of confusing, isn't it? Sorry about that. Here is the summary table. Take a look at it again later. Next, let's look at 誰か and 誰も. Just like 何か and 何も. You use 誰か in affirmative sentences and questions and 誰も in negative ones. but the rules for particles are a bit different. In this case, が、お and に are not omitted. For example, ケイトが来ました。誰かが来ました。田中さんを探しています。誰かを探しています。お母さんに電話してください。誰かに電話してください。And just like 何か, in questions, が is often dropped. So you say 誰かいますか rather than 誰かがいますか And just like 何も, in negative sentences, が and お are dropped, but に stays as it is. For example, 誰も来ませんでした。誰も探していません。誰にも電話しませんでした。Okay, here is the summary table. And finally, let's take a look at どこか and どこも. You use どこか in affirmative sentences and questions and どこも in negative ones. どこか is almost never used with お so we won't consider that pattern for this lesson. And it's often used with で and え not only が and に since it refers to a place. And all of those particles remain, none of them are omitted. For example, 足が痛いです。どこかが痛いです。財布を車に置きました。財布をどこかに置きました。北海道へ行きたいです。どこかへ行きたいです。カフェで休憩したい。どこかで休憩したい。And again, in questions, が is often dropped. For example, どこか痛いですか? In negative sentences, が is dropped, but に and え stay. For example, どこも痛くないです。どこにも置いていません。どこへも行きたくないです。Using で with どこか in a negative sentence is unnatural, just like how English speakers wouldn't really say, I don't want to rest anywhere. どこでも means everywhere. Okay, here's a summary table. Great job today! Let's do some practice to finish up. Which one is correct in the brackets? I made quizzes using YouTube's quiz feature, so you can check the answers there. How was today's lesson? You might have been surprised to see that the rules were more complicated than you expected. It's not easy to master everything right away, But if you pay attention to how native speakers actually use them, you'll be able to pick them up little by little. Thank you for watching until the end. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!